I'm David from Levika Photography, and today I give you the Godox TT350s for Sony. Finally, we get to review this thing. And this is a little bouncer that comes with it. Comes with a case. And inside the case is also a foot. So, just so you know. But not only did I get one of these, sorry, I'll flip that over so I don't make any horrible noise. I also got another one. Because this is like the perfect light kit, especially with this transmitter. Everything just works perfectly. So I just can't tell you how much I love these. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this. Size comparison wise, let me just get all that stuff out of the way. This is the Godox 860 V2, and that gives you an idea. I mean, this thing is tiny. And this thing is massive. Just look at the menu systems on the back. But yet this one is very easy to use. So anyway, if we look in the battery door here, you'll notice that it only has 2 batteries. And in this case, I'm actually using end loops. Love these batteries. So I'll have a link to these in the description along with everything else. But right here inside the battery door is USB connection in case you need to do a firmware update on this. And I just want to say one thing about the battery door. So these hook tabs are longer on this flash. So not only does it slide up and lock, but it's a lot harder to break the door on this than it is on a regular flash. This is the Sony a6000, and if we pop this on here, this is like the perfect match to this camera. I mean, just look at size-wise how well that fits on there. Finally, a flash that I just absolutely love for this camera. And you know, I like the Nissan i40. I thought that was a great flash, but the recycle times on this are just so much better. So with it on the body, let's go over a quick overview. Now, obviously it fits the a6000 perfectly, and I really love the weight of this, just the way it feels on the actual camera body itself. It's just a perfect balance. But what you need to know is the actual head itself has all the standard movements. So it's 90 degrees this way, and it's 180 degrees this way, and then 270 degrees this way. So you can bounce off the ceiling, pretty much bounce in the direction that you want. And then it has, of course, the standard wide angle bounce right here, and then the wide card reflector built in. So let's dive into the menu system and see what this thing is like on the camera. Alright, let's talk about how to use this. So this is the power button, and we'll go through these buttons really quick so they make sense. So let me turn it on. The first button over here is your mode button. So right here you can change the modes between manual, multi, and TTL. Now right over here is your zoom button, and all you have to do is hit it and roll the dial, and you can go from 105 millimeter zoomed in all the way down to 24 millimeter zoomed out to wide, and then you can put it on auto mode, or if you leave it there, you can flip out the front of the flash, and that'll bring you down to 14 millimeter. Now, one thing I noticed about shooting at 14 millimeter is sometimes when you put this back in, it doesn't go all the way in, and you're still stuck at 14 millimeter, and you don't know why your light's not strong enough. Make sure you push that into where it clicks, and then it goes to 24 millimeter. So anyway, that's the zoom function, and then you have the sync function. Turning on high-speed sync on this flash is very easy. Just hit the sync button. That's it. And then you have your slave button. Now, just so you know, if you hit mode, let me go into manual, slave, you have S1 and S2. They only work in manual mode. So if you hold this down for 2 seconds and then hit it again, it brings up S1. Hit it again, it brings up S2. Let's go into setting your power. Now all you have to do is hit set and roll the dial, and that will change your power settings. Now this is for manual on the camera. Same thing with multi. All you have to do is hit set, and you can change your hertz settings or hit set again and change your frequency settings. So then under mode, under TTL, same thing. Hit set and then roll the dial to where you want it. You have 3 stops in either direction on TTL. Now keep in mind this has a guide number of 36, so it's not like the most powerful flash on the planet, but it is pretty good. So anyway, let's go back here to manual. Now to get this into wireless mode with a commander, they made sure that it worked with this, which is what you want. So it's very easy to set up. So in order to turn this on, all we have to do is hold down our sync button, and then we'll get a wireless icon over there. And then you can, let's do that again. And then you can just roll the dial. So right here, S means that we're slave and we're on auto. And if we go ahead and hit that, then it's whatever this transmitter transmits that it's going to be. So let me hit mode again. So on manual mode, right here, if I hit that, you'll see it just went to an 1/8. If you can see that right there. And tilt that down so you can actually see it. Okay, so right there, we can leave it at a 1/16 plus 3, and then you hit OK button up here. Tip, if anything is blinking on the transmitter, it's not going to fire. So you have to hit the OK button, and then it'll fire. So anyway, there you go. So it's very easy to set up your channel. And on here, all you have to do is hit this, and that can change your group to whatever you want. You can either be on A, B, or C, or you can change the actual channel by holding this down, and then you can be on channel 1 through 16. And like I said, this works perfectly with the X1t receiver. Okay, now let's go into the custom function modes that you guys don't know about. So let me go out of here, and let me hit the sync, and just go back to normal mode here. That way there's less stuff in the way. This will make this easier to understand. So we have our custom function button. If you hold down the zoom button, this brings up AF. AF illumination is turned on. Well, Sony hates you. So anybody who has an A6000, A6500, A7R, A7R2, A7S, A7S2, AF illumination does not work on this flash. But if you have an A77, or yeah, the SLT 77 or the 77-2 or the A99 or the A99-2, it does work on the SLT models. So I'm not sure why it does that, but Sony doesn't want you to have AF illumination on the flash. So therefore, it just does not work. Sorry. So anyway, let's go into custom function again. So we've got AF illumination, which we can't use. Then we've got BL, which is backlighting. And then this means it's going to be on for 10 seconds after you do something, or you can just turn it off, or you can just leave it on. So in this case, we'll leave it on for 10 seconds. And then we have ST. So ST means standby or sleep mode. So you can turn standby off, and the flash will always be ready to go. Or you can turn standby on, and it will allow it to go to sleep. So in this case, I prefer it off. Anyway, that is all the functionality of the back menu of the flash. Like I said, very easy to use. Okay, now we're going to do a portrait. So I've got my forward light over here. It's on TTL. This one is at full power, 3 stops over. Then I've got a hair light over here. I don't have a hair, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to light up my shoulder. And this one's at 1 stop over. So she's shooting at 250th of a second at f2.8. And apparently I'm supposed to move over. She thinks I'm ridiculous.